All right, in this video I'm going to show you how to fix all this drywall where the paper has ripped off. I had paneling here over this wall. They glued it with construction adhesive, and when I took the paneling off, it started ripping all of the paper, and it did it everywhere. So I'm gonna have to patch all those spots up. Now if you just have a little spot, it ain't too hard to do. You know, you just clean it off, and then you can put some spray in a can, some Kills, and then just mud over it. But this is quite a bit. So first thing I gotta do is I gotta scrape all this old glue off with, I'm using a scraper. It's a paint scraper, but there's still some high spots. You can see when I scrape some of it, it rips off the paper. So I'm gonna go around scraping all that old glue off. I'm sure it's gonna be even more messy when I'm done. Okay, so once you got this all scraped down and it's ready for your mud, you can't just mud over it because the mud will not adhere to this paper. You're gonna have to seal it, and you can seal it with either Kills in a spray can. They sell this at your box stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. Or you can use, what I like to use is some concrete bonding adhesive. This is also sold at Home Depot. Big box stores sell this. And you could just use a paint roller and roll over this whole wall. And I'm gonna use this because it's such a big wall. It takes a while for this to, the VOCs to get out of your house. So I'm gonna do this one. So I'm gonna roll the whole wall, and then I'll be able to put my mud on. Pre-mixed mud, or you could use hot mud. But you gotta make sure all this paper is off, because if you got any high spots, it's not gonna be good. All right, so you'll notice there's some high spots in the paper where high and lows. So like right here, if you pull on that, it'll keep going, because it's several layers of paper. I think it's like 5 layers, 6 layers of paper here. It just keeps going. So if you get a sanding block with coarse grit on it, and then you could just kind of sand it and feather it out. So yeah, instead of trying to get each piece off with your nail, just run it over with a sanding block. See that, how it keeps wanting to go? It's kind of like a scales to a lizard or something. It just keeps on wanting to, see that? See, you can literally see that? The whole layer of paper is coming off. Almost looks like toilet paper. Like that brown cheapy stuff you find at local businesses that they use. But yeah, this is the best way to get that all smooth if you have a lot of high and lows in the paper. All right, so after working with this, what works really good is if you got one of these drywall sanders, the mesh style, this works really good to feather in the paper. So you got a lot of rips and tears, high spots in the paper. There's like 5 layers of paper there. So take this and you just go little circles around it and feather edge. You have to push real hard, real hard. I'm applying a lot of pressure. And you can see the paper is getting nice and smooth. And just go around in circles, back and forth, up and down. Feather out the edge there. And that's ready to go. That's ready for some bonding adhesive, which I'll put on next with the paint roller. As soon as I'm done with all of this, I'll show you the next step. All right, next I'm taking some Quikrete bonding adhesive, and I'm adding it into a little pan there, and I'm gonna take the brush and I'm gonna brush it on all of this wall. But you gotta definitely at least do the paper. I'm gonna be mudding this whole wall, most likely a skim coat. But although the fridge is gonna be here, you're not even gonna see it, but I still wanna patch it. So just brush it on real nice, thick coat. Let that tack for about 5-10 minutes, and then this is ready to be coated. And you can see it's already pretty dry here. And you can see you can't, it bonds all that loose paper together, so it's all nice and flat. And any spots on the crack, it'll glue that together so it doesn't lift up on the seams as well. Bonding, you know, it's wood glue pretty much. All right, here's my first coat of some 45-minute mud, hot mud. Not too much bubbling, still a little bit bubbling. Certain spots, but I think that's because I didn't let the glue dry long enough. But the majority of it looks pretty good. So I'll let it dry for a couple hours and I'll take a look at it again. Getting dry, still a little wet. Still a little bit, see? Still a little bubbly. I should have, if you're gonna use your bonding adhesive, make sure you let it dry completely. Like give it a good hour to dry. I put it on a little wet. It was still not dry, the glue. And look, it's still bubbled a little bit right here in a few spots. So when this dries, I'll have to just sand that down and probably recoat it. And then I just got this to finish here. And then the ceiling. All right, here's the next day. I let it dry a whole 24 hours, even though it's hot mud. And this spots that I showed you yesterday that looked like they were soft, and they were soft, it looked like they were bubbles. They dried really hard. I mean, you touch them, it's not even sinking in. It's all one piece everywhere. But there was like a high spot. So all you have to do is get your knife and just kind of knock it down. I really thought it was gonna fail in those spots, but because it's hot mud and it dries really, really hard, it's not a problem. So there's no spots where it feels like it's hollow at all. Now probably if I would have used maybe pre-mixed, it probably would have not dried by now and it probably would have been failed. Yesterday I ripped that off just to see what was going on. I probably shouldn't have done that because that high spot would have just dried. But yeah, I probably didn't leave the glue on the bonding adhesive long enough, and so some of the parts where the paper was thinner started to you know, get a little too wet from the mud. But all in all, when it dried, it seems to be fine. So now it's ready for another coat. I could put pre-mixed over this and it'll be fine. Some more spots here. Most of them they'll flatten out just by using your knife on it. And take a sanding tool. Yeah, it comes flat with this, so I think we're okay. Alright, so it's ready for pre-mixed now. You can see there's a few spots where I still scraped the bubble, but only a couple spots. So the majority of everything that I did was pretty good. You know, there's a spot there that was a little, okay, but everything else looks pretty good. So yeah, the bonding adhesive works really good on that paper. So I don't know why this is the only wall that's actual sheetrock. All these other walls have like a mortar mix, I want to say. It doesn't even look like Structilite, it looks like a mortar mix. To me it looks like sand and cement. And you can see there's a crack there, but you can see how crappy it is up there. So that's a whole different fix. I have to put some bonding adhesive out there as well, and maybe I'll put some Structilite. It's a little bit stronger. Alright, now we're hitting it up with some pre-mixed. We're using the same blue stuff, true light blue Proform, and adding a little bit of water to it just to skim it down, and we're going to skim coat this whole wall, and it's going to look beautiful when we're done. Be nice and smooth. Filled in all those other spots where it bled through. I put some more glue on it and mud it over it. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. But see, you gotta do this through the whole wall, everywhere. So it takes a little bit of time. All right, here we are the next day. This pre-mixed mud has dried for 24 hours. I'm gonna take this mesh sanding and I'm gonna just sand over those spots, and it comes out pretty good. Nice and flat. And it almost seems pointless to sand this if we're not gonna see it, but what the heck, I might as well. So this method works pretty good. If you got any rips in your paper, a lot like I did, you're gonna have to skim coat the whole wall. If you don't like skim coating, I just recommend taking the whole sheetrock off and putting new sheetrock on. Then you'd only have that seam to do. So anyways, that's how I fixed my wall with ripped sheetrock paper. This is Jacob, the Home Fixer channel on YouTube.